Well, after exploding onto the scene in the late 70s, the B-52's quickly became one of the most important musical acts of the 20th century. With their unique sounds, fashion and wacky lyrics, the group celebrated the absurd, captivating a diverse audience.
Now, one of the founding members, Kate Pierson, is still rocking out and releasing new tunes to her very loyal fans. Hello, Kate Pierson, live from Woodstock in New York State. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So good to see you, but so good to hear all those tunes.
I know.
Now, the B-52's carved out such a unique place in pop history. They were really heady days for many people looking back at those days. What were they like for you?
Well, I think we were on Countdown, weren't we? I think, I don't know, the early days of the B-52's, it's just pretty amazing kind of trajectory that we took, and we kind of exploded out of this nowhere scene in Athens, Georgia. We had a flaming volcano one night. We started jamming. We started the band then, and we started going to New York City and back and forth from Athens to New York. And then we did a world tour, and we came to Australia.
You know, you wouldn't be the first band to forget that you're on Countdown in Australia.
We were, right, Molly?
For sure, yeah, unforgettable.
Yes, absolutely.
What was the secret, do you think? Why do you think you did take off in such a way? What is it about the B-52's that just ignited people's interest?
Well, I think we were different, and we also had the message that it's okay to be different, and it was a very inclusive message. But we didn't look like anyone else. We didn't sound like anyone else. Our songs were different and also fun and uplifting and danceable.
Yeah, the band formed an amazing connection with the LGBTQI+ community, and that was way before that label existed, of course. But what did that mean? I mean, you mentioned you were always inclusive. What did that mean to you as a group? How important was it?
I think, well, that was our identity, really. We had a very, of course, 3/4 of the band, you know, are gay. And maybe that math is like, it's like half a decade, right? You know, we're talking about math here. But still, I think, of course, the inclusiveness after sort of the punk movement, and we're talking about the new wave movement, it was much more inclusive, including gay and anyone, you know, let your freak flag fly, basically. And of course, later on, when Ricky Wilson and our band died from AIDS, I mean, that became such a major sort of thing for us to talk about and for us to really, it was just such a dark time. It's just really, really hard to get through, and we almost broke up. But after that, we really became much more activist.
Yeah. There is a story that goes that the B-52's inspired John Lennon to get out of a bit of a musical funk and back into the studio. Is that true?
John Lennon is a huge hero to all of us, especially I still have my John Lennon button. The Beatles were just the most influential to me, and John Lennon was my hero, John and Yoko.
Yeah, now the band appeared in the Flintstones movie. This was great. You guys re-recorded Love Shack for an episode of The Simpsons. Family Guy used Rock Lobster. How much fun to be so heavily involved in pop culture that must have been for you guys?
Well, when The Simpsons did Glove Slap, I mean, that, well, you know, you've arrived when that happened. That was amazing. And the Flintstones movie was just the most fun. It was amazing to be in this quarry in California. They really had, the sets were really like so detailed. It was really amazing. And we did the Twitch and the Flintstones theme too.
Bringing it back to Australia.
We've always been.
Yeah, amazing. Aussie singer-songwriter Sia helped you work on your first solo album. You've teamed up again for a track on your new album, and this is called Radios and Rainbows. Hello, are you there?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
oh, yes.
Yeah. And you've teamed up again with Sia?
Yes. She executive produced and co-wrote most of the songs on Guitars and Microphones, my first record, my first solo album. And this one, Radios and Rainbows, she co-wrote the song Every Day is Halloween, which I released actually last Halloween. and reintroduce this Halloween, because the B-52's just did a Halloween show in Washington, D.C. at the Anthem Theater. We all dress up. Everyone in the band dresses up for Halloween. So it's a big party, and we did a Day of the Dead show. So the B-52's are still playing. We have a Vegas residency coming up, but I'm doing some solo shows, and I tried to get a video for my new song, A Higher Place, out before this election. It's got a very strong theme of women's empowerment, but sadly, my friends and I are very disappointed with this election. Needless to say, it's kind of seems like echoing a very dark time, but we're going to bring the light.
Yes.
You are going to bring the light. And plenty of light on the new album. What can fans expect from the album?
Well, the songs are very eclectic, and they have been written over sort of a large time frame. So I had to pull together, like the Every Day is Halloween was written with Theo kind of way back. So, and some of the songs I re-recorded, and they were demos, and they were different producers. Each co-writer was kind of the producer of the song. So I had to bring it all together. And I think now that people listen to things differently, they don't listen to the tracks all at once. I was worrying about the sort of, difference in all the difference in the songs. There's quite an eclectic mix of some dance songs and some kind of anthemic songs and some political songs, but I think it all works together. And the live show, I actually include Candy and Shiny Happy People. So
fantastic.
It's been really fun singing those songs and singing the new songs. I'm just very excited about the B-52 shows and my solo shows, and we just keep the party going.
Absolutely. Well, Kate, it's been so wonderful to hear all the old songs, and equally exciting to hear your new music. Lovely catching up with you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I loved listening to all the Australian news. I'm caught up on all the weather and everything.
Sorry if we're not doing enough American
here.
politics for you. Thanks, Kate.